There are a few times over one's lifetime or over one's career where you have an opportunity to be part of something truly transformational.
So let's dive right into the secret to the show now. And I guess the number one secret that comes to mind of not putting EXP in a box, right? With maybe your story, your journey to EXP, and where you've seen it evolve and where you see it going. But would you just chat a little bit about what I guess attracted you to EXP and how it's evolving and how it's really, I mean, difficult to put it in a box.
Sure, Brett. My history with EXP goes back to prior to its founding when I first met Glenn Sanford, who is the founder and visionary behind EXP. And it was a guy that was working for me who bought a home and was represented by an agent that was working with Glenn, who had suggested that this guy has an interesting story. Perhaps you ought to sit down and meet with him. And Glenn outlined over the course of a couple of hours his vision and what he wanted EXP to be. I'm not even sure it was named at the time. And I probably spent at least half that time trying to convince him that, that's a pretty steep climb. Are you really sure you want to tackle that? And we kept in touch over the years, a couple of times a year as the idea came to fruition and as he developed the company. And I joined the board, I want to say about 5.5 years ago or so. And I mentioned earlier, I'm vice chairman and chairman of the audit committee. And it has been an extraordinarily remarkable run, not just because the company has performed well financially. I mean, that's great. We've attracted lots of agents today. We're somewhere shy of 70,000 agents, for example. And, and our trajectory suggests that we'll be somewhere between $3.5 and $4 billion in revenue in 2021. What this really has been is remarkable in the context of an opportunity to transform the way real estate gets transacted, not just in the US, but across the globe, insofar as we're now in 18 countries and soon to announce operations in some additional countries. So there are a few times over one's lifetime or over one's career where you have an opportunity to be part of something truly transformational and to have a meaningful impact on how that's accomplished. And it's really been the last 4 to 5 years that this company has really launched like a rocket ship, where our business model has um, resonated. People who've come to understand it, and despite all of the naysayers early on, have now come to understand that everything that they believed falsely about EXP, just wasn't true, that this is a sustainable business model, that agents have a remarkable opportunity to generate wealth through traditional commission revenues, through revenue share, through stock ownership. And I think perhaps um, the thing that stands out above the rest, and it is the goal of every CEO, whether you're running a public company or a private company or some mom and pop shop, and that is to get your employees to think like owners. And we're blessed at EXP in that our almost 2,000 employees and our almost 70,000 agents act like owners in the context of what the company means to them, the degree to which they're offering constructive advice to us. And the truth of it is, because of the opportunities to acquire stock in the company, most of our agents are in fact owners, shareholders.
Yeah, it's truly the transformational story, and I could attest to this. And I was very skeptical too. Randall, I was approached 5 years ago, and I was in commercial real estate and capital gains tax deferral, and so I said, no, it's probably not for me. I didn't even look at it really. I just kind of list. I didn't even watch any videos. I just kind of listened to one person and just kind of dismissed it. But then I was approached by a good friend who said, hey, give it a shot. Like, I think you'll see it if you experience it. And that was my experience. I said, look, I'm not going to recruit anybody. I'm just going to sell real estate. I'm just going to sell the capital gains tax, deferred sales trust. But within 30, 60, 90 days, I could see the humility, the kindness, the competitiveness, the entrepreneurial spirit of the people that I had the honor to now mastermind with, get coached with, do deals with. and it was, let's just say, infectious. I said, well, this is this is in the leadership part of it. And then they bought Success Magazine, right? Then of course EXP commercial was launched, and then all of it just kept getting better and better and better in so many ways. And you're right. It's the focus I feel with Glenn and the board and the company, the focus on making it transformational at the brokerage level, at the agent level. Those are on the front line, and rewarding them with the ownership. I always say get on the right side of the quadrant, the Robert Kiyosaki cash flow quadrant, right? Become owner, business owner, and investor. And then the rest of it starts to really take care of itself. As we're taking care of, we're more likely and better prepared and better equipped to share our knowledge with one another and help more clients. And we can't help but grow. Any thoughts on just the nature of that taking some time and now being on the other side of it, on the rapid success that we've had? What really sticks out of what Glenn was able to do, what you guys have made sure to keep that culture in place? Could you give us some insight into that wisdom of something that's growing so fast?
Sure. Well, first and foremost, it starts with Glenn's extraordinary vision, and his perseverance, his diligence, plowing through all of the challenges and all of the naysayers that told him it couldn't be done for so many years. And it was really 4 or 5 years ago when the traction really started to take hold. Our culture, our philosophical underpinnings are rooted in the fact that this is an agent centric organization. Our real estate agents are our customers. We want to provide them with the breadth and depth of resources and tools, everything available to help them build the best practice they can build. And you'd mentioned that we reward people with stock. I would change the language around that. I don't think we reward people for anything. I think they earn what they get. We don't give away stock for free, for example. We give an opportunity to earn those shares based on what it is they accomplish. And real estate agents, if they are nothing else, are certainly enthusiastic and entrepreneurial, each running their own business. And I think what is unmistakable about the EXP business model, and something that Glenn felt very early on was key to what was going to be the success of the organization, is a degree of collaboration unlike that existed anyplace else in corporate America. We operate virtually, for those who don't know it. We don't have any physical offices anywhere, with 2,000 employees and almost 70,000 agents. We operate with a technology platform called Verbella, which gives us an opportunity to operate in a virtual campus, which means that an agent in San Diego can collaborate with an agent in Portland, Maine. That someone in Las Vegas can get advice from someone in Beaufort, South Carolina. That all the training and material that is available, we can make available 24/7, as opposed to having people fly around the country to present to smaller groups. And that is really powerful in terms of providing instant access to information. It's also very powerful when you think about people acting like owners, that agent in San Diego is receptive to the person in Portland, Maine, with respect to, how do you do this, or do you have a form that might be helpful in that regard? Because we all, as shareholders, benefit through that collaboration.
Yeah, absolutely. And